Hey, Nevea. I see that we've been doing a lot of work on this.
Yeah, my hands are tired.
Yeah, don't trust me. I get it. My hands are too with building the walls.
Mhm.
We got a lot to do. So I I gotta leave real quick. I know I've been leaving a decent amount recently to talk with people, so I gotta go discuss things with Jace. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just about stuff about our old home, me and his.
Oh,
That's it.
is it bad things?
No, it's just information wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be back, and when I'm back, I'll get the third floor going. Okay.
Okay. Stay safe.
Uh, actually, if you could, since you already built a platform to the third level, right?
Mm.
Well, not really a platform, more or less like a third level. Oh, jeez,
Are you okay?
dude, this mouse is so broken. I can't scroll to the right objects anymore. Can you go up to the third level and like build a bridge towards where the wall would be? Just because I need to know where to stop.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right. Thank you. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna. God, this mouse is so broken. It is old. I'm gonna go talk to Jace.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. I'm gonna have to stop using the scroll wheel. That's whatever. Jace,
Yes.
in your office. Lovely. I'm so happy that offices are actually getting used. I love offices. Hello.
Yeah, I do too. Hello.
So I came to discuss. I want to learn everything. What was it like when Cloud Kingdom fell?
I wouldn't say it was the loveliest place you could be at the time.
I figured. A kingdom collapsing doesn't just collapse because it's doing really well. There you go. My stream disconnected. It's good now.
Alright. So, I would say that out of, I started going or pointing the issues towards wars and started declaring war on just out of rage of you losing.
Yeah.
I guess that was the actual.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jace. You're kind of cutting in and out, and I don't know if it's me or not.
I am.
Just a tad bit.
Hold on.
I don't know if it's me because it looks like everything's back.
Let me leave.
Yeah. All right, let me summarize what he said because I speak broken. Uh, he started waging wars because he was going mentally insane, obviously. Hello?
Okay. Am I like fine right now or?
Yeah, you're good now.
Alright. So, where was I off?
You waged wars because.
Alright. You waged wars. Well, I waged wars because that was when I fully realized that you left. You
Mm-hmm.
and Duo.
Yeah.
So, out of pure rage, I just kind of started hunting nations down as the source of venting.
Mm.
That was the start of it.
Yeah, and you
And
learned real quick why I never did that as king.
I was.
Once you start, and then you feel that passion of taking over a kingdom. You do it again, and then you don't stop.
No, you don't.
But the problem is you get enemies,
Yeah,
which is exactly what happened, if I'm not
that's
wrong.
yeah.
Whoa.
After taking over many nations, some of, I guess, the refugees of said nations that consisted of some generals from those nations have like went into an alliance with all the existing nations to take the Cloud Kingdom down. And that was basically the start of the fall, I would say. And this fall, I wouldn't say it was the greatest for the civilians in Cloud Kingdom,
Yeah.
since I I felt no sympathy even if they did leave Cloud Kingdom, which I don't know
I know.
how I'm supposed to take that.
Listen, it's not your fault. You're going through a lot. I didn't give you an easy life. I know that. It doesn't mean that I didn't care about you. When we first met, it was purely because I was told to find the person that had power. That was you. And I didn't mean to make your life kind of horrible. But that's why I tried to give you as much as I could. I trained you to be really, really good at fighting because I didn't want you to feel like you're gonna die at any moment. I wanted to give you security, but I didn't want to make you feel trapped. I know some of the things I've done are unredeemable. And that's
Yeah,
why,
I would say that.
yeah. I've done my fair share of bad. That's for sure. But the thing is I learn from it. Whether it looks like I do or not. I do. And
I mean,
that's why
if I
that's why I always looked at the citizens as people that I needed to protect. Because if they were willing to live in my kingdom even after all the mistakes I've made, I truly believe that all of them were good. And I'm not saying
I
people in other kingdoms weren't good. Not at all.
I don't think I was able to see the civilians at all in that way.
Because they put their trust in me, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And I get that. I do. I mean, think about it. If you're in another kingdom, all the other kingdoms always feared me and looked at me as a problem, a thing that I always had a bounty in every kingdom. And there was always a reason for that because they knew I was feared. And the thing is I think they put their trust in me because if I'm this feared with this big of a bounty, it means that I have to be relatively skilled enough to put up a good fight.
Yeah, I would say you were definitely able to keep up a fight, even with that bounty on you.
Well, the bounty only kept growing in my lifetime. What was it when I disappeared? I'm trying to think. A lot of money, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, after you left, the the bounties still stayed up, but then they started targeting Cloud Kingdom as a whole rather than just you.
Yeah.
After that, since you disappeared,
Which
so it was
which
basically
I've learned
so,
is the problem whenever I leave a kingdom. Since I'm such a
yes,
big threat, they don't look at the kingdom as a problem, which puts civilians in safety. As soon as I leave, the kingdom is the threat. I
you
mean,
leaving, civilians were able to be caught for bounties.
and I hate that that can even be said. Because
I
none of those civilians ever deserved to be caught like that.
No, I don't think so either. Even though I really didn't feel any sympathy for them, but the fact that just random people were able to get caught
Yeah.
for your own
Like, okay,
doing.
I could get it if it was a soldier, because they're one of our military. That would make sense. But a random person in a town can fetch a bounty price the size of me, which that wouldn't make sense, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the kingdom was prosperous. I mean, we never
yeah,
had corruption because there was really no money in the kingdom. It was purely almost it was a very beneficial relationship between everyone. The farmers would give out their food to feed their families, and they would feed
yes,
everyone. But the thing is people that made craftsmanship and all that stuff supplied the farmers with the tools. It was a
yeah. It was.
beneficial relationship
We
to
were
where
more
we didn't need money.
materialistic rather than
Exactly.
money.
And we don't
And
mean materialistic for trading cows for
yeah,
people. No. It was more or less, if I give you better tools, you get better food. So why wouldn't I give you the tools if you can get me better food, right? So
yeah.
it was more or less a beneficial relationship between everyone.
Waging war after war after war, those
Ruined it.
materials went downhill real
You
quick.
you remember what I always told you whenever I went out to a war?
What was it?
Uh, take the least amount but bring back the most. I always took a handful of food because I knew I'd come back with 2 or 3 handfuls. I would always bring back more than I took because that's how we could keep the materialistic alive. As soon as you take out more than you can bring back, I mean, think about it. You're now going in debt.
I mean, I thought you meant as leave with the one head, come back with 5, but
Huh?
I guess that's another one. Well,
Whoa.
you,
I mean, whatever floats your boat, but I mainly looked at it as I need my civilians to eat. And I need food
uh,
too, so, you know. I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
well, you raised me that way, so don't blame me for that.
Yeah, I wasn't the greatest father, that's for sure. Let alone a real father.
And then, well, it's kind of sad to see, but when the start of the Great Cloud Kingdom War happened, we we weren't seen as the good guys.
Yeah. And I mean, it would make sense. I mean, think about it. You guys waged all that war.
Yeah, and there was a little more than just. If you thought the Cloud Kingdom had at least like a building left after that war, you're sadly mistaken. Cause they're it was like they even leveled the mountains in that war. The mountains that protected the
COD
inner
Kingdom.
buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all just demolished. That was all leveled down.
God, that just. I remember when I took the kingdom from my adopted parents. Uh, see, you don't. I never really talked about them because they weren't the best
No,
people.
no, you didn't.
And that was probably my mistake
Must be
because
genetics.
uh yeah, except I'm not blood related obviously.
Yeah, but still.
No, no. I never brought them up because they viewed themselves above everyone. No matter how much power they lacked, hell, they couldn't pick up a sword themselves. But yet they viewed themselves above every individual in their kingdom. I mean, it was not like a monarchy where it's just a king and its people. It was a dictatorship a king and its servants. It's
I would
bad.
say that's kind of what Cloud Kingdom turned into when you left.
That's when humility leaves and suffering joins. I never liked him because how I ended up this way as a ghost is because of him. I fought a war when I was the prince. I was still on the front lines because they didn't care about me. I was not their blood son. Don't know why they took me in if they just wanted to throw me in every war. Guess I was skilled at something for once in my life. Killing was the skill. I fought on the
I
front
learned that
lines.
from you. I can tell you that.
Yeah. You'll always feel safe at least.
Well, I wouldn't say that now.
No.
This random ass world we're in.
You don't know who the strongest is. That's the problem. But you should never walk in a world and assume you're the strongest, because there's always going to be someone stronger. Whether that means a bunch of training to be strong or not. But
I mean, I didn't even die in the Cloud Kingdom of the Great War. I just purely died because of exhaustion from not sleeping for nearly a year of fighting.
you know, that's a Jace way to go out.
Yeah.
You're stubborn. That's the one thing I honestly liked about you the most was your stubbornness. You
And
never
if I'm
gave
still
up.
able to take you out one way, it's gonna happen.
Yep. I know. You gotta get your revenge. It's hard to do that though. You were
Even
8
if
at
it's
the
in this
time.
world or another. Even if it's this world or another, you're going to die some way. By my hand.
Jace, you were young at the time when we first met. 8 years old. You put up a
I
hell
don't
of a fight.
remember. I do not remember a
Because
single bit of that.
I knocked you the fuck out at the beginning of it. But
Okay.
you still fought me because it wasn't you. That day,
Alright.
if I hadn't had Hades behind me, I would have died by your hand. The problem is between me and you, neither one of us can die that easily.
Yeah, I would
We have
say
people that protect us, that need us alive. Whether you want me to die and I want to die, we can't.
Well, the only other person I know that protects me just on standby would be Gray, but I don't see how that could happen.
No, there's a reason why I had to get you. The Great Shadow. The thing you served for so many years.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
Come on, Jace. Hades tells me what I need to find. When I found you, I found it.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Come on.
Because, I mean,
Before Gray. The shadow you served.
I had another shadow, but I won't call it one of the greats.
That one protected you no matter what. You guys were bonded. I still don't know how. Because that's one thing I never learned.
Because after...
You were bonded with that shadow since you were 8.
There has to be no way, because I just got him after I woke up from basically when I died from exhaustion from the Great War.
Well,
I still don't know how I survived all that, but
I'm giving you your little research that you got to do now.
I guess, I mean, there's only one other, big shadow down in Deep Sleep District. and it's a supreme shadow that I'm trying to figure out right now.
Well,
But
maybe that
other than
Supreme
that,
Shadow can tell you everything you need to know. Don't get me wrong.
alright then.
I don't know everything about shadows. I just knew I was told to get somebody with the power to destroy. And
Well,
I was told of the location, that village, your home.
I mean, with Gray, I mean, huh? I still don't know how. I don't think
I don't
I
know.
had the shadow when I was 8.
Hey, something happened that day that you don't remember, but I do.
I mean, I still have no right to trust you right now, but
Oh, I know. But Jace, I would never lie to my son. Not like my
okay,
parents did to me.
that's bullshit, but okay.
What have I ever lied to you about?
You lied to me multiple times back in Cloud Kingdom. I can tell you that.
Tell me one.
Who to trust and not to trust?
Who'd I tell you
Because
to trust?
there's some people in Cloud Kingdom like I mean not in Cloud Kingdom, but I would say outside, like other nations. I saw their views with higher priority than our own half the time, but you were, I guess, too stubborn to see that.
Yeah, see, I get stubbornness and all that can truly sway who I tell you to trust and who not to trust. But the thing is
I mean,
I can't lie about who to trust and not to. Because if I trust them, I'm telling you the truth. I would never tell you to trust somebody if I think they'll kill you. Listen,
I,
one of my main goals, I gotta protect you with my life. Hades would
why
take my life away if I didn't. Don't say, why
there's
did
no
you
reason
disappear from
for.
Cloud Kingdom for 40 something years? I didn't choose to. I was
Well,
brought
I know.
here against my will.
Well, half the time I know you're usually not
I've
taken
told you every
just by
time that I
choice.
left.
Yeah.
Every time that I've left, it's because Hades sends me somewheres where he knows I'll come back before anything bad happens to Cloud Kingdom. The fact you didn't hear about me disappearing before this purely should tell you that this was not planned.
Well,
Let alone
I kind
40
of figured
years
that out.
disappeared.
Kind of figured that out, but of course I was still in denial, I should say.
I get it. No, I completely understand that you shouldn't trust me. I get it. I really, really do. Because I'm not a trustworthy person. But Jace, I've never not looked at you and said you weren't my son.
Yeah, but I feel like you shouldn't trust me either because I've never been so happy once I saw the actual fall of Cloud Kingdom.
No, and it's not your fault. I probably did all the psychological damage to you. I don't doubt it one bit.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically woke up in a random place from my house.
Not knowing where your
Just
parents were.
exactly.
Not truly remembering what happened that day.
And then you just forced me to train every day, becoming the general.
Forcing your emotions out.
Exactly.
Yep. Not a good dad.
No, not one bit.
Hell of a king. Not a good dad.
I don't. I still don't trust you ever being a king. And you starting another kingdom, I would say. I don't think I'd even back that either.
I get it. I get it. But you gotta also look at it from my perspective. I have one job, and that is to make a peaceful place for people to live. Whether you like it or not, I have to make a kingdom.
I don't think people deserve to have a peaceful place to live.
Why?
Because there's just bad people. And there's nothing we can do about that. Regardless if there is a peaceful place, there's always someone that will do something bad to that place and destroy it. And it just puts harm to those people if you just put them in a group.
Look at Cloud Kingdom. Jace, I get I'd never look my age. But we have history classes. We have history classes in Cloud Kingdom for a reason. I put you through school as well. How long did I rule that kingdom of peace?
I don't know. I was only there for like 14 years of it.
Yeah. And out of those 14 before I disappeared, how many houses burnt down from a war?
Maybe 100 from other nations, but like maybe 2 from ours.
Yeah. I get I'm not a perfect person. But when it comes to protecting the people I'm told to, I do my job.
I mean,
I've ruled that kingdom
yeah.
for centuries.
Well, I can't really fact check that since there is really no. We
Thousands
can't go
of
back.
years.
Yeah. We really can't go back and fact check that since we're not part of that world anymore. But
and you won't believe a single word I say.
nope. I mean,
you'll only believe the 14 years that you lived there that's how long that kingdom started standing. Even though I would need a kingdom to find you. And I would need to have a kingdom pre-built to find you. I mean, after all, everything was already done and built by the time I found you.
Exactly. Yeah.
You came into, if I remember, when we kept track of the years, you came into the year 3000 that kingdom was standing by my hand.
Most likely. I can't remember the dates. It's been too long.
I know.
But I still, and you always have Duo nagging at you, which I don't know how you keep up with. But I don't like Duo either.
Duo's an interesting fella. I trust him because he killed me the first time to make me a ghost. And I know, that's stupid. Why would I trust him then? I trust him because he can do it again. And yet, he doesn't. I turn my back to him and he doesn't kill me. Now, if he tried, would I immediately kill him? Yes, because I always had an eye on people. But that doesn't mean I don't trust him. Duo nagged at me because he's a very morally aligned person. More than I am. You'd be surprised. You saw how he fights.
Yeah.
He's more brutal than a lot of us. But he's a very morally aligned person. It is hard to run a kingdom like that. That's why I never made him in any political power positions, because
I know that
Cloud Kingdom would have fallen a lot sooner if I made him a right-hand man or anything like that, because he would immediately start fighting.
I trust you on that. Yeah.
He'd immediately... He's been in meetings, and he's definitely said a lot of stuff. And, a lot of the voices in my head from spirits or people beyond my reach right now are all saying, from my memories, a night of honor. In every meeting where I have a simple siege plan where we'll take them out swiftly so we don't have more bloodshed on our end, he always spoke up. It's not a bad thing to have. It's always good to have a follower that will stand up to you. Because
Yeah,
anytime
I
I
guess
disappeared,
keep you. Yeah.
even if I disappeared for a week, he could keep the building still standing for a week. Never disappear.
Yeah, I could keep it. But backtracking to your spirits, do you? So you're able to talk to spirits, but are you able to see the damned?
Well, that's a tricky subject. The damned is sinners. So they're out of my specialty. Anytime I see a ghost, it's the lost. They haven't found their way, and I protect them until they find their way. That is the job that Hades has given me. He probably has a separate person for the damned, if I had to take a guess.
And what would you think the damned would look like?
Well, ghosts tend to be pure light. Almost
Exactly.
like bright, but also not like...
More like transparent.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like me.
Alright. Because ever since I woke up from, like,
I would say the damned are
basically
dark.
being dead, I've been able to see just pitch black shadows.
Yeah, that would probably be the damned, I would assume.
And you've always talked about, like, the spirits back in Cloud Kingdom, but I wouldn't really.
Well,
I,
a
I,
lot
I
of them...
really wouldn't believe you.
Oh, I
back
get it.
then.
I mean, again, back then, the only person that could see them was me. Because a lot of them didn't want to show their physical forms, so I was stuck congregating between them and not being able to get anyone to help organize. That's why I never slept.
And I mean, do you think that the gods are just a form of like the spirits, basically, or like, I guess the rulers of spirits?
Well, it's hard to say. Because there is all forms of different gods.
Exactly.
I mean, in this world, so far I've only met Mr. C. Mr. C is
Yeah.
one of those interesting ones.
But then you also have your Hades.
Thank you, Polt, for the follow.
But you don't really. Yeah.
Yeah. They're higher life forms. It's hard to tell. I've seen Hades a few times, and that's it. So a lot of the
And
time he takes the shape of me, and just
Yeah.
in a dream. Because
Yeah.
I can't understand what he looks like, so he has to put himself in a form that I can.
Yeah. And
Like, look at Mr. C.
thinking
Mr.
that-
C, like, literally took over Silver's body just because of a contract.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I didn't think Mr. C was that bad. That's just me though. I
No.
honestly didn't think he did much.
From the beginning, as soon as I realized it's a whole separate person, I knew he was a weak god to begin with. I mean, he threw a tantrum because I brought up Hades.
Yeah.
He is a weak
But-
god.
I'm thinking that the shadows are the damned with basically
Mm-hmm.
my research of doing it. And there is a hierarchy the same as, I would say, the gods, with like archangels and other things like that.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, like I said, it's just hard to put your finger on it because, from our world I have Hades, and he even followed me into this world because he likes me a lot. So how do we go from Hades from this world to a god that I've never really heard of? And then we meet
That
Melon, who is apparently a god, where there's different versions of him in every world. Like that one I don't get
yeah,
because there's no way
that's
a god can have many forms in every world.
that yeah, that confuses me. Huh? Who was that?
I don't know. Maybe Nevea. Who knows?
That's I think that's Nevaeh's. They're going into Nevaeh's room or office.
Trying to
Yeah,
find it
that's
probably.
Nevaeh. Yeah.
Trying to find it probably.
In this maze of
Yeah, the labyrinth.
maze. Yeah.
We
So what's the
haven't had
matter?
a talk like this, and well,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that long for me, but for you, it probably feels a long time.
Yeah. I mean, you said you were stuck here like the first time you've actually got to my identity of right now. I would say you said around 4 months, right?
Yeah, it's probably going on six
So
or seven at this point, from what I know.
yeah. So then it was about, as I said, 40 something years
Yeah,
when I was stuck in the other world of Cloud Kingdom
almost 10
before
years per month that I was stuck here.
before Gray found a way to get me to this one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what else you want to hear about Cloud Kingdom.
I learned a lot.
We
I
have a
get.
visitor.
Oh, wow. Nevea, we could see through. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say we
Alright.
could see her through the fences, but.
Yeah. I mean,
No, this world keeps getting more curious. It feels like something's died down, but I don't
yeah.
know. Feels too peaceful. No, I'm not saying I'm going to go
Yeah.
start a war. I'm just saying it just.
I will.
Jeez, don't.
I could.
Yeah, you could.
But I mean, I don't. But then I would have to probably get Dom into it, and I don't want to.
Yeah. Drag him into a war.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause
things are getting peaceful. It just. Intuition tells me it's not a good thing. But, what can I
mean,
do?
there's.
If I see no signs, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. There's always something happening under everyone's noses, so you
Yeah.
can't really. And you can't trust anyone in the server. So, I mean, even with this table of the extremist, I still don't trust most of the people on that table.
And rightly so, honestly. See,
And that, I mean, that's why I kind of chose the war table now. That's in
mm-hmm.
a work in progress. That only the Supreme Shadow chooses. and picks who's on that table.
Yeah. Have you talked to the Supreme Shadow yet?
He talks to me all the time.
Hmm.
I
Where's
mean,
the throne room?
it's still under a bunch of rubble right now. I have to
Build it.
dig it out. Yeah. I mean, the Supreme Shadow's the one that told me how to make the trading boats and all that for
Hmm.
Blackwater Bay.
Yeah. That would make sense.
I mean, and then he also talks about, I guess, other gods, but I won't really do anything about that since I don't know much about it.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't really know much about it either. Yeah, even though I serve under one, I don't get the god details. It's a confusing
Aren't you one
time, that's for
yourself?
sure. Huh?
Or kind of like one yourself?
Me?
You have god powers, yeah.
Oh no, I'm a servant. I'm under a contract just like Silver. Just my contract offers 50-50.
Okay. I wonder
Silver's
if that's how.
contracted. Silver's contract.
What?
Say something real quick.
What?
That's better. See, Silver's contract, if I had to take a guess, was probably 99-1. You can guess who got the 1%.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if that's what I guess, the damned or the shadows is like. Because you have to make. Did I ever tell you about how you get, like, I guess, the deal with the damned?
No. How do you do it?
Alright. So, you make a deal with that shadow, but they have to agree with the same deal that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
So, if one offers up something, so I would say it's it's more likely for a human to go up to the shadow and offer up that deal, and then if the shadow likes it, they'll make a contract, and basically the shadow will leech off of said human,
Mm-hmm.
giving them that power, but then basically making the other shadow stronger, unless it's the shadow approaching the human, and then the shadow actually has to make the contract with the human, and the human has to agree to it. But is if one of those just doesn't agree with the deal or the contract that's being made, it's all off, and it's never based off of like percentage of 50-50. It's
Yeah.
either like total control or not.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's somewhat related to your 50-50 and
Well,
the 1%, 99%.
I mean, the contract I was handed wasn't a contract. It was more of a verbal agreement. And the thing is he's a god, so when he makes a verbal agreement, it's almost like to the T. It's a way for since all gods agreed to doing verbal agreements, it's a way to stop, fine prints, stuff that you wouldn't expect to happen, right?
Well, when I say contracts, I wouldn't really say it's fine print. It's more of a blood contract.
Yeah, I get it. So, what Hades handed me was a solid. I come back to life, but whenever he tells me to do something, I have to do it. So it's like, oh, okay, and he gives me power. Okay, that makes sense. I said, this is leaning a little too far in your favor. How about I add one more thing? And so, I made him throw in a part where he would have to help me learn my history. That part of the contract's already been fulfilled because you remember 3 years before I disappeared. I know 3 years to
Yeah.
you seems like 45, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
3 years before I disappear, you remember that 1 week where I told you I'll be back in 1 week?
Yes. Yeah.
I went to another world to learn my history. And I figured out why Hades liked to deal with me so much. That's probably why he gave me
Yes.
50-50.
Okay.
I'm a special case, that's for sure. I had a power that people normally don't. I'm just a weird thing, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Silver was a normal human. He had nothing to impress Mr. C with, to where he could get 50-50. And also, Mr. C is also a maniac when it comes to power. Bro likes to
Yes.
hold all of it.
Am I tripping or did I just see lime?
I
I'm
see
not
the
sure
I
if
see
I'm
the snow effects.
Yeah, so that's lime.
Yeah. I see the
Okay.
snow effects, which tells me it's lime.
Because I heard footsteps and then I saw like a dark blue type of
Well, Hex Fate's also
like
here.
color. Where? Am I tripping? Oh, okay. X-Face's not here.
No, Hex Fate's not here. My bad. I'm so wrong. I'm so
X-Face's not
sorry.
here.
Yeah, Hex Fate's not here. Oh, my
I'm
bad.
not here.
Oh, Lime King's not.
Lime King's
Lime
not
King
here.
isn't here either.
Me and X were just talking.
Oh,
Nevaeh's not here either.
yep.
Nevaeh's definitely not here either.
So there's a lot. This was a good talk. We got a lot of stuff said. We talked
Alright.
about a decent amount. I got sidetracked a lot, I guess.
Yeah, that's you though. So
Yeah. I stopped talking about the war that I fought in when I met Duo.
yeah,
Don't worry.
I mean,
To sum it up real quick. I fought in the war. The king told me to do a war crime, and then he used it against me to get me kicked out of the kingdom. Then I died by Duo's hand because I committed the war crime against him. So, yeah.
oh, dude, I'm going.
So, I mean,
Who is that?
the next thing that was the problem was to get the kingdom back. I basically killed the adopted dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be me.
I know. You're gonna kill me.
Yep. Who is
Don't
that?
worry. There's probably a time and place when you'll be able to do it, but I gotta just say, Jace,
What? Who is that? They're on my roof, dude.
yeah. The thing is,
Alright, let's go
the
on.
hard part about killing me is that you're gonna have to act fast before you get old. Because
Yeah.
I don't age.
Oh my god. um.
You know,
Okay.
though, it was
Sorry, I got
nice
sidetracked.
just talking about the past. Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah. I just hope your kingdom doesn't do too well, but other than that,
I know. You pray my downfall.
yeah. I will always pray on your downfall.
I know. Sucks to suck. It's gonna succeed, though.
I don't think it will.
I know. I gotta go build.
As long as if you agree.
As long as I agree to what?
that it won't do well.
Well, I'm not gonna agree to that. Why would I?
You'll figure it out soon enough.
I want my kingdom of peace to be successful, whether I like it or not. Or whether you would like it or not, too.
Oh, nice talk.
Yep. Problem is
Oh,
since you're not gonna be a part of it, maybe you're just right about the downfall. I mean, if I had to think about it, we know Duo. He's not gonna like the fact that I'm gonna be a king again. Because he didn't like it to begin with. I had too much control, he had too little. So, I can only imagine.
well, good luck with whatever you're doing.
Don't worry, we'll have a lovely table of trade, and I'll of course let you be a part of it.
Alright.
I'll never exclude
Yeah.
my son. No matter how much you want to slice my throat. Gotta go build. Peace out. Hey, get the pun. Get the pun voices.
Hi.
Peace out. Hey. Well, hello.
Hi.
I have to do so much building.
How was your talk?
Well, he's not gonna ever change his ways, but I'd rather that. My stubborn son being stubborn like always. I don't want him to change.
Did he ever have a mom?
Well, yeah. Of course he did. Everyone has a mom.
I
It's a
don't
matter
have a
of...
mom.
It's really a matter of, did he get to live with that mom for a long time? And the answer to that is no.
What was it like for you having a mom?
Horrible.
Horrible. I thought moms were supposed to make you happy.
Not when you have a mom that's as manipulative as your dad. You gotta understand, Avea, nobody has the dream childhood they wish they had. You gotta understand, honestly, if I was left alone with no parents, I probably would be way more happy.
Like me?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I'm just really curious.
I get that. Just sometimes, it's not what it's made out to be.
Do you think I'd be a good mom?
Probably. It would make sense. You're a kind-hearted person. That's all you really need to have the qualities of a good mom. Plus, you'll probably also make so many less mistakes than mine.
I'm sure your son loves you.
Hmm?
I'm sure your son loves you.
Probably far from it.
Why is that?
Well, it's his goal to kill me. I can tell you this one most definitely. I am not a good father.
Why not?
I'm just not. I wasn't built for it.
Maybe in the past, but I think you'd be a great dad now. From everything I've read about parents, I think you describe a really good one perfectly.
You have too high expectations for me, Nevaeh.
Why is that?
You don't know my history.
I've read your book.
There's a lot more to my history than that book.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at who you are now. Because that's what is important. You don't look at me like how I was when we first met. Because now I can shoot a bow and arrow.
Yeah. I got to go get more. Right, I got 2 layers to go through now. By the way, she probably can't hear me. Why are you spawning?
Where'd you go?
Hello, Nevaeh. This is not good.
What happened?
We're getting low on bone blocks, which is not fun.
Oh. I can go get more.
That would be
Oh,
great.
here's some bone tile. Yeah, that's what we're building this out of. Bone tile. Is there any more here? Here, monkey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Monkey,
Yep.
I'm proud of how far you came.
You didn't make a. You didn't make a pillar or a bridge.
No, I ran going out of a bridge? Oh, to the next floor. I thought you were talking about this floor.
Nope.
Because you said the third floor.
Yeah, I was talking about going to. Yeah, because I need to make the ceiling of the third floor, which means I need to get to here.
You're British.
What? What?
Do you mean on the fourth floor?
I'm getting it now.
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can build it.
I just needed to go how far where the wall would be.
Okay. Is this one going in one layer?
Yeah, this is perfect. I just needed to know the height.
Oh.
What?
My dog just let a really loud growl.
Fire.
Oh. They just love you now.
Can you go make more bone tiles with the bone blocks that we have downstairs?
Do we have more bone block?
Yeah, you just have to make it into bone tiles.
Okay.
So you have to make it into bone slabs and then put 2 bone slabs right above each other to make a bone tile.
Hello there.
Who'd you say hello to?
Oh. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Hexfate?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Hexfate has a lot of sand.
I need glass, that's why. Dang. If only I had that much money. Okay.
Uh-oh, I'm out.
didn't.
How many you got,
Okay. I made 5 so far.
bro?
Get in there. I was making sure I made it right before I made it. Don't worry. Now I have 1. That much. Can you kill this baby zombie?
Where is it?
He's right beside me. Did you get him?
Yes.
Thank you. I threw it.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were gonna call me peasant.
I said thank you.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna add the word peasant in there.
Now I will say, it's not enough. So I'm making.
I know. I'm still making.
No,
more.
I grabbed the rest of the bone blocks in the backpack.
I'm still making. That was all my inventory could handle. I'm still making more.
Yeah, I use my backpack because then it stacks.
Why? Yeah. Oh, shoot. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Thank
I
you.
have 3 stacks. Did you, like, do you have it with you, or should I grab it? Make more?
What?
The bone block. Did you take it out of the bag?
Yeah, I got it all. Thank you though. Oh, here's this by the way. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
Bless you.
That was a bad sneeze.
Ooh, I'm gonna need to get cords.
I need bone blocks. Is the amount of bone blocks I have right now are not gonna get me to the height we need.
We could venture into the nether together.
No. I ain't no peasant. That ain't my job.
Oh, you used the word peasant. I knew you were gonna use it.
Of course I am. I'm a king.
Yeah. Sure. So can I call people peasants then?
You're not kidding.
Yeah, but I'll be one of the leaders, right?
This ain't no democracy.
Yeah, but I'm helping build this thing.
Yeah, you're my worker.
Nuh-uh. No. I wanna at least be a princess or a queen.
You know, to be a queen, you gotta marry me, right?
No, it doesn't have to work that way.
That's how queens work. And I don't think you wanna subjugate yourself to that.
No, so you'd have to be a king then to marry me, because I'll be the queen, and so you have to marry me.
Nope. That's not how that works. We can have a king with no queen.
No.
Yeah,
have a
that's
queen
what I
with no
had in
king.
Cloud Kingdom.
we could have a queen with no king.
Nope. We cannot.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because that's not how that works.
Yeah, but it is. There's so many kingdoms I've read about with queens running them.
Really?
Yes.
Never heard of a single one for my world.
And they stand tall, and they sit on the throne.
Sure.
It's kind of really cool. Imagine me in like a really pretty pink queen outfit with well, I already sort of have a crown on, so.
Do you?
You see it?
That's a headband, bro.
It's not a headband. It's made out of gold.
Really now? I just assumed it was a headband.
It's melted gold. I found it and then I melted it with my hands. Then I stuck it on my head. Sometimes it starts to drip and it really hurts. And it's in my eyes.
Interesting.
But I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, it definitely suits you. Power hungry.
I'm not power hungry.
No, you want to be a queen.
It's not like I'm a piece of Aurelia or something.
I don't know what that is.
I read about it. It means golden.
There we go. My wall is barely completed. We got pretty far, but I guarantee you if I continued, I wouldn't even make it around once. That means I gotta wait. Alright, I better have fun mining for the materials.
Are you leaving?
Yeah. Thank you, stream, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. See, I did redeem myself. I redeemed myself for yesterday, because yesterday was very, very scuffed. So I redeemed myself this time. I hope you guys enjoyed the emotional battle of me, a horrible father, and Jace, a very distraught son. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Probably wouldn't be the last time we have those kind of conversations. Shut the hell up, dead man. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy. And come back for my next stream, which is probably going to be Baldur's Gate. But thank you. Come back for my next stream. Bye-bye.